Yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy Dim3D here, and I'm only going to be making one game during this video. I'm only going to be playing one game because it's pretty early in the morning and there's not really a lot of queues. So I'm going to pretty much give the lowdown on Summoner. Let's just go with it's pretty broken. This matchup right here against Destroyer should be my absolute worst matchup. I should not be able to win this at all. But maybe I can pull something out of my ass. Okay, so pretty much Destroyer versus Summoner is supposed to be Destroyer favorite no matter what, but this Destroyer is not really that good, and I'm also PvEing it. With the recent update for Summoner, we've got a pretty significant damage buff, and we got faster aerials, so it's pretty good, but I don't really play this class ever, so I really don't care, unless if I'm playing against it, but in terms of this, Destroyer should be able to beat me no matter what because they have infinite spin and they have so many skills that do an AoE crowd control rather than a single target crowd control. So that was a pretty easy win, but usually when you play against Destroyer, it's not going to be that easy. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to get smacked really hard. A lot of things that I did there was mostly PvE. So what I did was I used Pedal Toss, the blue version, and what that does is on my R&B it gives a huge damage buff, as you can see on the second line. Instantly cast Rumblebees and move 1 for 3 seconds on a successful hit, plus 500% attack power bonus. And the third line doesn't really matter because we're not getting the soul burn buff, so we don't get the plus 500% on Awakened Rumblebees. But the second one, the plus 500%, is really useful because for classes like that, when they spin and I hit into their spin, usually what will happen is if you hit during the early stages of the spin, you'll hit into a parry, and that will stun you, and it happens pretty often. So it's not really good to spam into that, but what happened was I was using this skill called True Friend, I believe, and what that does is it gives me 5 seconds of 5 resists. Yeah, right here. So that gives me resist for damage and status effects 5 times over 5 seconds. That does not count parries. Parries do not count for resists. It hits through that. It doesn't. Every time you hit a parry, it does not count as one use on your True Friend bubble. Available for use on Familiar's debuff, recovers 5% HP on use for Summoner, which is really good, and then consumes 10% HP for your cat, which doesn't really matter because it gains that back pretty fast. And unavailable when Familiar's HP is 11% or lower. So what that does is, if I use that in combination with my Pedal Storm Toss, I can do a significant amount of damage just by spamming LMB, and getting this really crazy focus recovery, and then spamming Rumblebees as well, and hitting somewhere around in the 3,000, 4,000s every single hit. And that's just going to do insane damage. As you've seen, when he was running away sometimes, I use this to root him in place. Sometimes, if I do it good enough, it will root him in place and stop him from being able to spin, which is even better because then I can do more damage and CC him at the same time if I want to extend the amount of damage that I do. So it's pretty good. I mean, we have some pretty useful stuff against like Blade Dancer and Destroyer, but in the long run, Destroyer should be able to beat us pretty much every single time. In terms of other classes, this class pretty much beats Force Master. Sin can be a pretty good matchup depending on how good you play. KFM, you're gonna pretty much lose every single time if they know what they're doing. Gunner, you beat literally every single time. It's the easiest matchup that you got in this class. Blade Master is a 50-50-ish, I guess, depending on how good the Blade Master is. Blade Dancer is Blade Dancer favored ish. Destroyer should always win. Soul Fighter is like a 50-50. And Warlock is also like a 50-50. I'm not sure if I missed any classes, but I don't want to keep like just sitting here and thinking about it. But I'll do this last match, and then I'll cut the video. Here's the Sin thing. Okay, Sins have a lot of invis skills. Okay, so first of all, let me change this. Days HP, snare. Okay, so Sins have a lot of invis skills. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on damage over time. And what that does is if I damage over time on them, it'll hit them out of invis. And it's actually really useful because they can't do a lot of things if they're not in invis. So I'm going to be able to capitalize on a lot of issues. Okay, so that Sin wasn't really amazing, but as you've seen, a lot of the skills that I did were area of effect skills, and it's hard, it's kind of hard to explain what I'm doing while I'm doing it because I'm trying to concentrate, but what I did was I used a lot of my damage over time skills, like my F, for instance, where it does 5 ticks over 6-ish seconds, and it'll do that constantly, so if they don't spam resist while in invis, it will kick them out of invis every single time, and it's pretty good. Damn, I fucked up. I'm probably gonna die here. Or not. And GG. But anyways, that's pretty much it. I don't really know if I have anything else to say, but the main tip that I can give for summoners is try to use your get up more. Please try to use your get up skill more. It will help your skill level increase so high. Like, I can't exaggerate enough. If I had to put people on a list from a scale of 1 to 10, and I had to rate between people who don't use Get Up and do use Get Up Swap, I would have to rate the people who don't use it about a 6 or 7. The people who do use it have about or like a 9, and that's a rating of intelligence and reaction process, you know. So people who can do that in the moment and get it off, you're pretty good. But people who just don't even bother doing it at all, you really need to think about what you're doing, because that will help you in so many situations. Anyways, that's it for this video, guys. I want to thank you all for watching. I'm going to come out with a Synth video after this. That's anagram for anagram. I'm so tired. I've been up all night. I don't know. Acronym or something? Whatever. I'm going to play on Assassin after this. I'm going to see if I can do good. It's probably one of the classes that I'm the worst at. So, we'll see how that goes. But, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.